Hello, hello, how are you? This is JilliBling, and I have a project to share, and this is project number 1 out of 5 using frame florets. It's a beautiful bundle. Actually, it's a product suite. Okay, don't smush that too hard. It is right here. Fitting florets, and it is product suite, and the product suite includes the stamp set and dies, which is a bundle. It includes these little elements, gold adhesive back swirls, but these are sold out. And these are while supplies last, as well as the paper. The paper is while supplies last, and this paper is beautiful. If you look at this right here, it's like, okay, whatever, but look at that. Now go through the paper here in just a minute. And there is also, framed and festive, a holiday stamp set, again, while supplies last, that perfectly works with this bundle. In this bundle, as in these two items right here, they're in this upcoming catalog, which goes into effect January 5th. So, if you don't get it here, well, first of all, you want to get it because the paper is beautiful. But if not, you could get it here in the catalog. So this is the paper. See, that little picture, that little snapshot does not do this justice. It is just so pretty. But I love blue. I love it. And isn't that beautiful? I mean, that could be your Christmas card right there. And let's see what else is here. Cute. This one here, gotta do something with that. Like soft succulent. That's nice. Kind of a geometric shape. That's pretty. Oh, I think that's polished pink. Petal pink. Look at that one. I love that one. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, those go well together. And then, of course, the one that we're using today, which I'll show you. These packages aren't open yet. This right here, and on the back is flowers. But the stamp set has great words, great flowers, and you're like, okay, flowers. But when you see these stamped in person, and it's a polymer stamp set, but they just turn out so pretty. Like, even look at this leaf. It's a beautiful set. And this, you're like, okay, a bouquet of flowers. But after you see each of these little bits, they're just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful set. Okay, and here's the dies. Lots of dies, including some extra dies that don't really cut anything out. They just make you want to have the die set. For instance, this doesn't cut out anything on the stamp set, but look how pretty that is. If you were to stamp that in vellum and just tuck it back behind, I didn't even show you today's project. Or these little leaves cut out in like a gold foil, or, oh, the distressed gold, pretty. And there's this, which we'll use today, but then also look at these two other frames. And these 3 cut out the different bouquets. Okay, let's get started. So today's project is surprisingly, well, here, let me show you. Cute. Whoa. And look at that. It goes really fast. So Tony went to work and I thought, okay, I'll do the video tomorrow. But heck, I have time because this one went really fast. And I think it's very impressive. It goes in the envelope just fine. And this I saw online. Stamp with Brian. Stampwithbrian.com made this, and he colored his flowers daffodil. So today I want to color the flowers daffodil. Now are you like, what are those little gems? Those are, in the upcoming catalog, they are called Enamel Dot Essentials. I think they might call them Milky Dots. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I know I can't show you here. Just a minute. Just a minute, and I'll tell you. because they might have enamel dots. Why was I thinking milky? Maybe those are something else. Oh, those are something else. Okay, these are enamel dots. And they come in navy, crumb cake, and white. We'll be using the white ones today. But these are brand new. They're very nice. Okay, let's get to it. So I have out my score. So this is Stampin' Up! White thick cardstock. And I'm going to score it at 2 3 1/8. 2, 3 1/8. Then flip it over, repeat, 3 1/8. Okay, that's it. Have to admit, that wasn't so bad. And I'll take this, fold it here, making sure that this lines up with that. Because you know sometimes when you score, it gets just a little crooked. Before you confirm the fold with your bone folder, this is a chance to make sure it's straight. I didn't push very hard on that. Okay, so I did a video this morning, the caroling mice, and I was coloring, and I was coughing my head off. So, you know how I was sick about a month ago? Finally went to the doctor, went on antibiotics. That was a good thing. But then I started getting this cold. Come to find out, you're probably saying, I have that cold, or my cousin has that cold or something. Or you're coughing. And it's like, I know I'm not contagious. Tested for COVID and who knows what, million of times. Nothing. What's going on? But the cough was driving me crazy. Not sleeping good at night driving me crazy. So, Tony has the same thing. He doesn't do anything. He's a tough boy. But I'm like, this just isn't good. So I went in. The doctor didn't make me feel bad at all. He says, you have no idea how much I see this. He called it a dry cough. But I'm like, well, I don't know that it's exactly dry. Because I'm still on those antibiotics. Anyhow, he says, I see this all the time. He goes, well, I don't know if you're going to like this, but you need to go on a steroid. And I'm like, if it makes it better, psh, I don't care. He goes, but the steroid will make you shaky. It will make you full of energy. It'll make you hungry. And it will make you, what's the word he used? Irritable. I'm like, oh. Not that I was going to say no. So I warned Tony. I came home. Oh, and I'm supposed to take it in the morning. He says, because if you take it any other time, you're not going to be going to bed. Okay. So, with all that, I took it at 1 o'clock. Yeah, it's a little bit after 3. And I'm in denial that I'm energetic. Certainly not grumpy. But I've done a lot. I cleaned the bathrooms. Then I came over here and did this card. And yeah, so this is probably going to be a very productive week. Hopefully I don't get grumpy. I don't know what that was all about. I'm not telling you what I'm doing. Stick the designer paper on the panels. Pretty. Okay, so this piece is for right here. Do you see the little stamping on it? And I also stamped on this piece here, even though you just see the outside perimeter. Balmy blue. Beautiful color. And you know, when I stamped this, I thought, that is just so pretty. And hey, maybe it's those steroids talking, but let me show you, and you tell me, is it my imagination, or is it really pretty? I think it's just a stamp set. I'm liking it. Or maybe I'm done with Christmas. I'm good with the celebration, but I'm done making Christmas stuff. These colors right here, love them. So I have a little bit of a different plan for each of these little panels. So this one is going to be the top. It'll have an oval. This one is the back, so I just need to get the perimeter done. Okay, I'm going to hold this up in just a minute. And you tell me, do you think this is just the prettiest thing? The stamp, the little flower, it's so delicate. Or maybe it's the balmy blue. I don't know, maybe it's the steroid. Flowers, maybe it's flowers. I've been missing flowers. I've been doing animals and critters. Candy canes. Okay. So, can you see the little stampin'? The cutest ever little flower? I like it. Okay, so this one will be on the front. Maybe I could do it in record time. Doctor says you're going to be hungry too. He says it's only 5 days. Don't worry. He says, but if you want to set up a routine, a workout plan, a routine, this is a good time to do it. Which I should. But instead, I might do cards. Lots of cards. Hey, fitting florets. You know I'm going to make 5 of them. Oh, I got a plan for all 5 of them. They're going to be so pretty. Okay, we're getting there. My little pin, my little lid fell off of my glue bottle. So I put a pin in it and I put the pin right through the holder. So far so good. Okay, let's make the frame. This is for, right here, we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so the frame, I have washi tape on it. My stuff kind of shifts. I don't want it to shift. And then, in Memento Black, I'm going to do the bouquet. Okay, now wait till you see how pretty this is. Okay, so you're just thinking, okay, a stamp, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it delicate? Like how they're each a separate little grouping, but they work so well together. I don't know, I'm loving it. And then a flower for the back and leaves for the back. How about this flower? The bigger one. Maybe it's just making me talkative. He didn't say that part. Okay. Calm down. And the leaf. And when you stamp the leaf, if you can, put it right in the middle of your white space, because when you go to put your dies on, you don't want them to touch. And if there's a little space in between them, you could do them all at once. Good. They're not touching. Yeah. See, if I was irritable, I'd be yelling or something. Not irritable. Okay. Let's cut it out. Here we are. So this piece cuts right out of the center. Then we have our flower, leaves, bouquet. Okay, so I'm going to start with the frame and put it on, just half of it, with liquid glue. You could put the full thing on. I just started doing where I put half of it and fold it over. And I like how that works out. Okay, so if I put it on here, I only need glue on half of that circle. Half of the circle. And I'll do the other half in just a minute. Glue, 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 glue. Okay, so I'm looking at the top and the bottom. Is that in the center? I could still shift it. That looks good. Those look about equal. And the little holes right here, that looks equal. Okay, I'll let that dry. I'll come back and I'll lift up this and do the other half of it. Just a minute. Let's do the sponging. Blending brushes. Then we'll do coloring. Blending brushes. Oh, let me show you something. Do I have them? I wonder, okay, is this the cutest thing? I'm not going to use it this right now, but in the new catalog, small blending brushes. Look at that. So the handle is the same size, it's just the brush top. That's so soft. I mean, that's almost entertaining soft. Ooh. Okay. And, are you curious? Dragonfly trinkets. Oh, look how cute. What can I put this on? Right on here. It's very silver. It's very cute. Is that a hole in the top? No. See on the top? Maybe that's just his head. It looks like a hole, but it doesn't go all the way through. These will have to be on a different project. These are adorable. Those can go on. I have one with silver on it. Upcoming. Okay, back on task. Balmy. And I want heavy, lighter, lighter, nothing, nothing, nothing. And I have to keep moving mine because, see how I do it in a circle? I always get this white naked spot. No, naked. It needs to be balmy. The less ink that's on it, the softer it gets, which is perfect opportunity to drift up into the top corner. I want that to be darker though. I think I need to re-ink my pad because when I stamp the words, they're a little bit light. And on the sample, it was like, yeah, I wanted them light, but I think I really wanted them darker. But sometimes when you re-ink a pad, it's almost too dark. Wishes for a beautiful birthday. Oh, that's the back. For a special person on a special day. Yeah, see, it's getting a little light. Okay, just gonna go with it. Pretend like that's what I planned. That turned out fine, just fine. And you know what, while I have all this out, let me do the back. You're like, you did blending brushes back there? Yeah. Okay, so, see how there's just a hint of blending brush? And then the words. Blending brush. I just want, when I put the flower on here, I want the flower to stand out. I think if it was a little bit darker, it would stand out better. Okay, a little bit more. Then drift up halfway while the ink is running low on the brush. Good. And then those big words. Wishes for a beautiful birthday. It's really light. Okay, hold on. How do you store your re-inkers? This has been working good for me. Balmy. And I always have to check because Balmy blue, Balmy blue. And I physically check every time because one time I made the pad Crumpresso, which was supposed to be crumb, and I put espresso on it. If ever you do that, the way to fix it is take a paper towel, absorb all of that espresso ink, like as much as you can, and you'll probably be taking out a lot of crumb cake ink, and then just re-ink it. And to this day, it might be just a hue darker, but no one can tell. Okay. So I'm really trying to rub it in because I don't want, when I stamp, I don't want heavy spots and light spots. So much for this being quick. Okay, let's see how it works. Okay. Hooah! That's a lot darker. Okay. It looks good though. Okay, done with that. So this, let's see where we are. Let's put glue down here. Don't cringe. No one will know. So halfway on the oval and all the way at the bottom goes the glue. See, no one knows I folded. And that wasn't a hard fold. That was just a little bend. Okay. And then this is going to go on here with dimensionals. But dimensionals can't go to the edges because that part is floating. Just got some new ones out. I was using ones where I had to pull off the back. Oh, I'm so spoiled. If you haven't made your dimensionals magic, send me a message or in the comments and I'll send you the link. The answer is packing tape and an extra step, but it's so worth it. I think it's worth it. Okay, and hopefully I stamped those words straight. Looking good. Okay, and then this one's ready to go on. Stamp and Seal, my new favorite. Works a little bit better than Tombow Mono Adhesive. A little bit stronger. So see the flowers on here? Now watch. You can just see hints of them. Okay, so all that's left is coloring the flowers. So the flowers, when Brian did his, he did them in, he did his flower centers, I think just with the daffodil. But I'm going to do them in crumb cake because I want them to somewhat disappear. Daffodil dark, dark. And it doesn't take too long to color this, which is nice. This is going to look really pretty against the balmy blue. Oop, I hear the boy walking around. He went over to the laundry room. I don't know if he knows something I don't know. So you know how I told you Kathy and David moved here? And they're right across the lake in the RV park while their house is being built. Oh, and they cut ground and they're doing the foundation right now. Seems like it's going kind of fast. Anyhow, I can't say his name, but it's spelled D-A-V-I-D, is Bo's favorite person. I mean, if I were to say his name, he is just all excited. But that's because one time Bo was having a rough day last week, and he came over and sat with them, and he brought him, he goes, I'm going to give him some pumpkin. I remember I was at class. I'm like, okay. Because I didn't know what he's talking about. I was thinking, maybe a pumpkin? I didn't know. So I came home. Oh, and then of course I got updates. Oh, he's doing so much better. He's doing good. He was never really bad. He just had an upset tummy and he was fine the next day. Anyhow, David went out and got him a can, not just a little can, but a can of like the pumpkin pie mix. Oh, the boy loves that. And now he loves Uncle. I'm not going to say his name because he'll go crazy. And whenever he comes, he's so happy and he jumps up on him. It's like, oh. And he does that dog hug where he goes and he positions himself sideways right next to him. Uh-oh. Did I say the name? Because he's in here. I don't know what he's thinking. Okay, a little bit of color lifter. And Crumb Cake Dark, I'm getting back on task here. In the center, because I want the centers just to kind of drift away. I want them to be part of the flower, of course. But I want the yellow to stand up against the Balmy Blue most. I hear you, Bo. And then olive leaves. He's standing right behind me. I don't know if he's going to insist on going to the wilderness. On the other sample, I did 2 different colors of green because there's kind of 2 different leaves here. The dog gave up on me. He's looking out the front. He's supposed to get a new phone, but that's not to come till tomorrow. I got a new iPhone 14. Woohoo! Because Verizon had a great promotion. But the up-close camera doesn't work. Out of anyone in the world, who needs an up-close camera? Bo, come. He's over there looking at the window. Come. You want to go out? Come on, come on. Come on. You go get him, Tiger. Get him, get him. But they were really good about saying, okay, we'll get you a new one. I passed the 30 days. Otherwise, they could have exchanged it in the office, the Verizon store. No. Hope it won't be too much to get it all transferred and, you know, you kind of live with your phone. Got all kinds of good stuff in there. I don't want to lose anything. I don't think I will. They make it so easy. Okay, olive. So on this one, I colored the leaves. The skinny little leaves were in evergreen, and the bigger leaves, the broader leaves, were in soft succulent. Okay, almost done. Until we put on our enamel dots. When I was looking at those, I thought, is that navy? Or is that black? I had to look it up. It's navy. Night of Navy. I could see that I would use those a lot because I love those colors. Crumb cake, navy, and white. Okay, we are done coloring. Okay, so these are all going to go on with dimensionals. Right about, isn't that pretty? That's so fresh. What time is it? I was thinking it sounded like Tony was driving up the driveway. It's like it's early. Put this here, kind of in the middle, almost in the middle. And then this I'll put liquid glue on, and I want it to kind of hang off and drift over into the balmy blue border. Wait till you see the other 4 projects. I had like 7 of them, and I had to narrow it down. Okay, so when you put your little leaf on, just make sure you have clearance from the corner. Okay. And my new favorite, little gems. So I'm going to use 2 medium and 1 small. There's 1, 2. I kind of want it to be in the darker area so you could see it. If I put it in the white, it would be white on white, which is nice sometimes, but. Okay, there it is. Today's project. Isn't that pretty? Imagine getting that in the mail, opening it up for a special person on a special day. Oh, wishes for a beautiful birthday. I would like that. Okay, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.